Hey folks, this is Noble Rambler and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Banished. We're using the MegaMod in our town of G.E.O.R.G.E, and this is the co-op series between NightGhost49, Vaypah Gaming, and myself. And I'm starting over in this area right now because I wanted to show you something. When we first got this particular map, it was full of a lot more lakes than we've got. That's why some of the strange colorings in certain areas. I think over in here there was a lake, and over in here there was a lake right up against a mountain. And there was a lake all the way through this area too, so we had filled in part of it to be able to use it. And it left kind of a jagged edge right here. So I wanted to play with this tool a little bit now that I know a little more about it. I want to let you guys see it. It doesn't have very many levels that are, how do I say this? It's hard to smooth out what you're doing. You have all the way at the bottom, you got halfway up the water, then you've got this third one is basically the same thing as these guys right here, all the way up to this point. So there's nothing down at water level, unfortunately. I wish there was one more step in there. But this goes from, we'll say, ground zero straight down to the bottom of the lake bed all in one step. So if we were to head into this second one right here, and unfortunately you can't click and drag in this one. So if we were to take and just run this perimeter here, just do this area. I can do the rest of it on camera, but I wanted to, now that the MegaMod is out, a lot of you are using this tool now, and you're, wondering how that all works. You can, I see gradually it's doing it on its own. That's not quite what I wanted. I wanted to bring it out a step, like out over here. I thought I was going to build it. I guess I needed to be on this next one down below. Anyway, it takes it less of a straight edge and kind of smooths it out a little bit. If I were to delete it all, there we go. Anyway, I'm thinking over in this area we might go through with some kind of a placer mine area, kind of through here to kind of supplement Gold Mountain over here. Kind of like the, I remember in Ramblington I had built these, and then out in front to put the placer mines in with the sluice boxes. It looked like it came out of here, went over to the sluice boxes and got filtered out, and the actual gold was found. That was the way I had set up that one. That would look good if there were gold mines here, then placer mines all across here. We desperately need food. Tools, I think, have evened out. Whoa, whole bunch has happened there. Let's buy all the food that we can real quick, then we'll get back to what I was doing. While, let's see, 333. Before I turned the map on, I went through and placed a whole bunch of bridges. We'll do everything from $2 and $1 units each. A bunch of bridges so that later we could get into the further outreaches of the map if we want to. So I did set those to build. I'm just going to put 2,000 in all these, and if it's different, it'll figure it out. That's all we're going to get out of this one. So 10,933. What do we want to use? Furniture. Well, they're worth quite a bit. Yeah, we'll do that. 50. Glass. I think we had a whole bunch in there. Kind of went through building supplies. All the building supplies we got are in the traders. I need to release some of this so we can get those tailors finished. I see. We're kind of running out over here. Seedlings, we'll do those. 500. Homewares, we have lots of. Where are we at now? That overdid it. Okay. Anything important I want to pull back on? No, we'll just pull back on the homewares. There we go. Additional 73. So, we have a 25? Nope. We've got, that makes 75, right? Would that be 7? No, 5? 5. Yeah. Trade and dismiss you. And let's inventory, building supplies, 20. There you are. Let's take you down to 0 for a little while. Wait a minute. I don't want to do it with the food one, do I? Oh, the food one's the only one to put them in. Okay. Alright, we'll do it here. Building supplies 20. Okay. I did up the production of building supplies temporarily, but that will get it done. Okay, so back to trade for you. You are animals, and we will pass on you. We're done? Good, done with traders. Alright, so what I was saying was, before, I tried to set a bunch of jobs for the builders to be doing before I start the episode, and I threw a bunch of bridges in. There, a couple of them. I think there's one here and one over here somewhere. One back over here, lined up with that road right there. I threw one in right there. So a bunch of bridges will be going in, just so that we can more easily get to places like this if we want to go in and do a bunch of tree clear cutting. And I see that our logs have dropped way down, probably a result of logs are low, of some of the decorations and what have you. So I went ahead and set up several areas to be clear cut. So that's going to be giving these laborers something to do. Boy, we have a lot of laborers, and I would imagine there are more coming. Now, that last episode that I did, I was running on 1 speed, so I know I only went a year or two, and I got 2 waves of nomads in that same episode. So I'm pretty sure that this town hall is bringing in nomads, and this town hall is going to be bringing in nomads. So I think we may have to be skipping every other one. I did set roads to build way out in the distance, and I probably shouldn't have. We may have 1 or 2 people having a little bit of a freezing problem, walking too far away. So it's possible we may have a few that won't survive the winter. Hate to say it, but we have a few to spare. That's cruel. As these 3 clothiers get built, which they should real quick now that we've got building supplies able to dump back into the system, I'm thinking, because I did move the sheep over to here, and there are less sheep than there used to be. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, Vaypah ran at 5C for quite a while, so there's no way those last 4 sheep could still be hanging around. So they either made it over here or they didn't. But we're going to be making less wool, so I'm thinking about 2 more wool pens right in there. But I want these guys to build first so I can see that. Otherwise, it's been snow ever since I've got the map, so I can't really see what all happened over here. I know a lot of decorating got done, and it looked pretty good in Vaypah's episode. I wanted to see it for myself, but everything has been buried under snow ever since, so I'll have to wait until that's done. So we need food. I've been buying some, so we're holding in that 60 to 70,000 range. This is the easiest way to get lots of food. A whole bunch of rice farms. And maybe more fishing. So I've got these guys queued up so that I can zoom out and see this. And decide whether I want to maybe put in one more. I originally talked about a 3rd dock fishery right here. But I didn't want to build this out all the way to here and go and get it, because it just seemed like an awful long walk for them. It'd be easier to run right off the shore over here. So maybe this is the episode to get that in, as well as more housing and more rice farms all across here and there. Yeah, like an L right there with the fishing centered right in that area. Diet of old age, okay. And so we didn't get any frost deaths, good. So that's a possibility. Also with these bridges going in, and they're off doing their thing up in there, it could be that we could get a few more farms in this area. So that's something to kick around too. I don't know if I get to it this time or not. Don't know how many episodes I'm going to have this one. I haven't heard from Night Ghost, so I don't know how his flu is progressing. Hopefully it's starting to get back under control again. It takes a while though to get the voice functioning well enough to handle Martha. Yeah, she will take it out on anybody. How's this area looking? Oh, that's right. I did put this guy in between episodes too. I put on just a little tiny herb field. I was wondering what I could sneak into this square, and it just dawned on me that herbs is probably just the right thing to go into there. So I put that in. So what else is there to do while we're waiting for the snow to go away? I guess we'll get to work on this. So docks right there. Let's see where the fish goes like that. I think we'll tuck it up into that area. so that we have all of this available for whatever else we want to do. We're going to overlap a little bit, but that'll be fine. That's going to go there. And let's send a dock straight in this way. See if we can find that. That should be it. Can't breathe when you're doing this job. You gotta just hold your breath and concentrate on the little red squares. There. Whew. What'd that one look like? Oh, come out really good. Right up to the roadway. Alright, so, and like I've said before, since version 2, I think, of this mod, I haven't seen anybody get stranded out on a dock. So we'll see if that is the case this time too. So those are queued up. 6 people. These are the clothiers. Okay, and it looks like building supplies have arrived. Good. So do I need... Let's see, that would be right about here. There you are. I'm going to put that one there. That'll keep that circle showing. So how to do this? Just looking at this one. 2 rows of houses branch out in at least 2 different places to another dock out over here with rice farms on all sides of it. Let's see if that works. So this guy's coming in where? Probably here-ish? There you are. So you're going in right there. So let's get... Let's see... Normally, I like to see the shore drop off and then get into the dock buildings, but I think this time I'm going to build it up closer. I think so. It drops off so steep there anyway, there's really not going to be anything to see. So, dock houses. And let's go to the... That's something that we could be doing. I could keep forgetting about that. Well, we're going to have a lot of logs coming in. I'm going to go back to Night Ghost strategy real quick here and go back to ordering things. This is our industrial supplier. I want to start purchasing logs again. Right off the bat, let's get 500 logs each visit if they show up. Doesn't mean they're going to, but we'll go ahead and do that. I think logs only. So we'll do that. And if I remember right, when I toss this map back, I'm assuming to Night Ghost, but if it goes back to Vaypah 2, I'm going to set both of these to Crushed by a Rock, Stonecutter. Both these guys set to purchasing food. So that can be an automatic thing when I'm not here. When I'm here, I'll manually do it because I can get the most food for the buck there. But otherwise, the other 2 are too busy doing other things to worry about that. But logs are coming in. What I was thinking of was we've not gone through and upgraded all of the dock shacks, and they need to be done. Do we dare do a whole area at once? Let's go to like 60 builders. What was all that happening? Okay. 60 builders. And let's do like a half of each of the dock areas at one time. Do we dare do that? I think we do. Let's see if that really messes things up or not. A lot of people homeless, but there are a lot of boarding home kind of places available. But I kind of want to get this done. It's been waiting, and it's just been kind of gone by the wayside. So let's get to it. I have a feeling the game is going to reorganize families and kids and pair off couples and all kinds of interesting things as we're doing this. And I'm thinking 1/2 of each of the 3 dock areas. Get them done all at once. Okay, what's that do to us? I would think over time they're all going to continue to reorganize, resettle, Any singles will probably double up with others at 25, should gradually drop as we go. Otherwise, we have got... In fact, let's do a little prioritizing here. Let's do it that way. That's the immediate priority. But until then, let's do... Say, I want all that done. I want all this done. Then this. But first, I want at least one of these bridges done, so they're not walking so far to try to cross and end up freezing out there. That bridge done, and these clothiers done. That's the highest priority. I want that going again. Alright, now they're doing that. That means this is probably going to be shut down, but that'll be fine. I can try to do this one by braille, and just by feeling the little red dots there. Okay, let's get back to this one. Housing. That's not it. Dock. Housing. That guy. I saw that and I thought, you know, I'm going to have to upgrade that. Then it clicked. I haven't upgraded any of them. So this episode will be the great dock upgrade experiment. So let's do... So I'm wondering, do I kick them off by one or not? Maybe I do. Yeah, I think so. Let's R that one around and do two of them here. There's the dock. Right there. Okay, there's the road, in by one. Okay, I gotta get to a better position here. There. Now, if we were to dock here, we should hopefully find... Let's do something bigger. Dock market, okay. We should see a straight red line. If I got it right, and I did. Okay. Back to docks. Let's put a double dock in here. Do the same thing out this side. There's got to be an easier way to do that. Maybe if I look straight on. Let's see, like that. Your fingers back down there. There we go. Okay, I can breathe again. Whew. Now, homes, there we are. Two more over here. I'm off by one. So, let's see, delete. I wish there was the delete button on each one of these tabs so I don't have to jump down there then jump all the way back again. That would be kind of nice. Extra delete buttons all around. Alright, that's the one that got dropped in the wrong place, right? Yeah, it's only one. You go away. Because the, let's see, the roads kind of have their own delete button. I was noticing that the terrain terraform tool has its own delete button. It'd be kind of nice to have delete buttons within every one of these, so it's just more convenient to get to. So I've got to go back and remember how to get back into docks again. Then I'm at homes and right there. Okay, so that's the right direction, and he sits right there. So from here, looks like they're lined up properly. Okay, so we've got, what was it, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? I think there's 12 in there. Yeah, I might go 2 more eventually. Although it might be nice to come back onto land and then do another couple more. We'll see. Like maybe I should have done that with this last one. Had one more place to come in. Probably so. Huh. There and there. Do we want to make them walk all the way back? Actually, no. We'll run this dock over to land right here, and they can jump off right there. Okay, that's better. So the backside of those will be the rice farms. Where is this guy? Yeah, there's still plenty of room. I'm thinking a space between. Here's a trader coming in. A space between and then the rice farms, rather than building right up against the building. I think it'll look a little better. Can we do that here? Kind of like that space right in there, just to give it a little break. Well, I didn't do one there, did I? Because I was thankful to even get them in at all. Yeah, that's right. So what have you got? Beeswax. I know that the chandeliers ran out at one point, so I've been buying it ever since. We probably have way too much in stock now, but we have lots and lots of storage, so I'm going to say that's fine. I don't see anything else, though, that's really important. Reeds we had a lot of before, but that probably wouldn't hurt to have lots more. Why not? 4,000? Yep, 4,000. What goes into that easy? 200 do. Yep. Trade dismiss. You're done. That's all the traders. More traders coming? That's not the right key. I want to check to see if they're still taking the correct river route, but not a single trader on the way. Alright, let's get rice farms going, I think. Is there anything else I've not been noticing going on? Don't think so. No nomad showed up, right? Nope. Don't know if I would take them if they did. Still sitting at so many extra laborers. Food is holding in the 70s, but I did buy an awful lot, so it's probably taking them quite a while to dump it back into the economy. These... Ooh, they're getting built. So I can go ahead and put 20 back into here. They were a good item to have available for those 20 and 25,000 unit food purchases. Building. Put 20 back in. We're making them now. We've got 2 laborers working. We had shut them down because iron ran out, and they're set to take 9 iron each. So I told Vaypah, if you just shut down the building supplies, that might relieve your tool crisis. And it was a good band-aid, but I had to relieve it further. Speaking of tool crisis, we had far more than 115 laborers. We had, I don't know how many. And I realized that we were only running 2 out of... Oh, he got missed. 2 out of 5 in each one. So I went ahead and upped everything to 5 in each one. So 2 more. And then I upped the coal to 20, which should be running out any moment now. And then brought these guys both up to 10 each. So the iron, we were around 800, so we'll see if that continues to drop. If so, we'll take that up even higher. Any furnace? Well, barely some furnace fuel out here. I may have to start manufacturing furnace fuel right over here. We're making them over on the other side, and it's not getting over here fast enough. That's too bad. That may have to get done. Is there a quick fix for that? There actually is. How fast can we pop that system in? Let's do that. Boy, there's going to be so much to build here. Okay, let's double this up. Alright, we'll do that. And on... Let's see, how best? Reeds. Don't want to just run reeds down both sides. Let's get a little more creative here. 1, 2. And 1 space for a dock. Okay. Double up again. I've lost it. Okay, we're there. It works out just right. Dock goes there. That goes there. Okay. Dock fits in between. Right there. Alright, we'll see what that looks like. And then out the other side will be some houses that will probably feed the jobs over here and over there. Yeah. Let me think here. These are going to be some very unhappy people, aren't they? I almost want the houses to be as far into the water as I can get. Huh. Logs are low. Yeah. Logs are low. Strip some logs out of there already. Stripped them out of here already. Did I ever put a bridge in here? I did not. I was going to save that for the episode, then I didn't do it. So, bridge. Let's prioritize. Oh, let's just do a creek plank bridge out in this area. I feel like I put one in. Nope, I didn't. Okay. Let's prioritize this bridge. This one done. And let's strip out some more trees over, kind of over in there. I like to do it here, but I have a feeling they're going to do their best to get there before the bridge is built. Yeah. We'll just do that, And let's get a temporary stockpile in here. And we'll just make it wood. Something like that. Then I was waiting for this bridge to go in, and it did. So let's put a temporary stockpile. Oh, where to? Put in a bridge right here also. Stockpile. Let's make this one for generic for all of them. Like that. And let's clear out. Let's clear out everything. What do I want here? That one. Get a little boost in herbs and stone, and not that big though. Let's kind of do swaths, just like that. Do I don't think I want to strip this all out. You know, let's do it. Let's strip it all out. We'll go in with farms here real quick. Alright, so there's a whole bunch of resources coming in there. We've got so many laborers able to do it. I don't want to get into taking the trees out of this area. We could pull some trees off the shoreline over here. Not many, though. I don't want to denude the whole thing. And we've got a hunter and I think a little gatherer or something in here. If not, we should put one in. Let's think about that. That's a food source. Maybe there is not a gatherer in there. There is the herbs and there is the hunter. Oh, what are you? You're the little gatherer. Okay. And your sphere of influence is right there. Okay. And I know I'm all over the place right now, but we didn't actually tell him to clear this out yet. The bridge has been prioritized. Clothiers. What if we put another gatherer or two in this area? Just to get us by while we're looking for places to get food from. That might be a smart idea. Food. Probably this area. No, this one. Gatherers, that's the traditional one. Well, I guess the vanilla one, we'll say. Gatherer there. That's probably close to what was in the other one. Let's do that. And we'll do a little... And we'll do a hunter over here, too. Little mini hunter. Same concept right there. Somewhere like that. Got some traders to go deal with. Road, yeah, we'll stick in a... Let's see, road... Moss. Right there. Right there. And I want to get off into this area, so Z. Not Z. Vapah. It wasn't Z, it was Shift. Don't let go of the button. So we're somewhere in this area. Shift. There we go. Vapah's Z button. Okay. So, barn. Little mini barn. Now we can go do the... let's do the one with the thatch top. Where's that one? This guy. Yeah. Stick this... don't know where those buildings were. Road. buildings? They're kind of in this area? Yeah. So, somewhere over there. Boy, that was the wrong one. Well, you get your fingers off the WSD just by one space, and the whole world goes wonky. Alright, traders, you are not what I want. Now, if he had brought logs, well, he didn't. Anyway, anything here that we truly need. Coal, I'll probably get that every time, just because we can afford to buy almost anything we want now. So let's just do that. Make the rest of the game go just that much easier. Iron, yeah, let's do it. Fire bundles, though, I think we're sitting pretty good on those. So iron, don't need clay, don't need sand. Coal, got plenty of glass. Okay, we'll do that. We're looking for 2,800. We keep doing pea coats because it's simple. 20s. I'm gonna have to switch up to like survival coats. Haven't done that in a long time. So 200 would be 3,000. 185. Where does that get me? 25 more. Let's do 6 of these. And oops, and 1 of these. There we go. Yeah, that does it. Trade and dismiss you. You have got for us foods. 66,000. Yeah, we'll take them. All the 2s and 1s. There's haggis. And that's it. So that gets us 11,500. And we'll do that with, what are they called? The survival coats. I'm not seeing them because they're not in here. Ooh. Okay. We need to get some survival coats in here. We can't do this one. There's 356. And that is it. Wow. We'll pin that one if the game will let me. Can I move? Oh, I can. Alright. The game still looks pretty good. I did take my settings down quite a bit to handle this bigger map now, and it's not bad. It still looks like Banished. So, let that sit for a while, and actually, while it's sitting, can I do this without erasing everything? Well, I hope I can. Let's go in with the, let's see, survival coats, wool coats, and what is the other thing we're making that I need to set over here? That's right. You stay. Let's do that real quick. Pea coats, that's what it was. So, let's move over here first. You are pea coats. So you're going to be pea coats. Now the person working in there, which are these 3 over here, so that's fine. You're done. You're going to be wool coats. And 2 people, you're done. Wool coats, 2 people, you're done. Alright, those 3 will find their job soon. And pea coats. So survival, wool, and pea. Why pea coat? I wonder where that name originally came from. Let's see, 500 of each. Has something to do with the Merchant Marines or Navy, I think from a long time ago. Survival is here. Survival. And wool. Coats. Alright, we'll do that. Don't know how many we've got in inventory, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Fire bundler, diet of old age. You haven't found your job yet. Trade. My order is still in place. And right here. What? I lost this side. Okay. So 500 of you guys. And nothing else has arrived yet. Okay. So we'll see if it will wait for us, if that's possible. Another one did arrive, though. He's over here. He's in the one that does have the everything stocked up, so we can grab food out of here for a while. Going with 2000s all the way through. If I have to pull back, I'll pull back on the 2s, but there should be an awful lot of buying potential stocked in this thing. Alright, can we do 23,000? Start at the bottom, work our way up, we'll take everything. I feel like I messed up on one. 12. Right there. Actually, there. What was that last one? Another trader. I'm at 14,000 already, so that one will take both of those. All of these. All of those. Overpaying by. I wasn't even looking down. So, curious. Before I get into these guys, I can handle 36,000. A purchase of 36,000 in here. Wow. Okay. Anyway, we'll take these back down. I think. What do we want to get rid of? We'll leave the domesticated animals, just in case, because I do want to put those wool pens in next. We'll leave the furnitures, both kinds. We'll leave the building supplies. Overpaying by 6,000. Leave the glass. Homewares, we should be fine. There were a lot of those. Coats are fine. Statues. We'll leave the glassware. That's 6,000. No, that was... well, whatever. 600, okay. So, 5,000 back. Let's back off on these guys. That one. Okay, 140 more. What's the easiest way to do that? 2 of these guys? Yeah, up 2. There we go. Trade and dismiss that one. You are nothing that we need. Okay, with that, I'm going to say we're not going to wait on this guy. We're going to call him done. So let's pull out what? You. Okay, 2,000 more. Alright, trade and dismiss. You're done. Last one was logs are low. Okay, so that's all done. Where am I at? I'm at close to that 40-minute mark again, aren't I? Okay, so many things that we started and didn't quite get finished. How have they been doing? That area we'll come back to. They are working on it hard, though. That's good. So, we did set these guys, and they've got jobs. So I kind of need to see these build. That's over here. You are... why are you standing over here? You're just standing there. You made it over, but the bridge didn't get built. That's a shame. You're probably not going to make it. Prioritize you again. And that's that one. 2 people are assigned to it. Hopefully they get there in time. Probably wouldn't hurt to stick a bridge in over here as well. Have a backup plan. That's the main river, so we'll put in a drawbridge. Something like that. And any reason to do another one out over here? Maybe not. Some of these bridges may get torn down and moved over a little bit to line up with future building projects. Okay, that's getting done. And let's continue with this area. One more house is going in. There you are. These are done. Don't really need to see these anymore. We're not going to build close enough to those. Alright, so, rice. Themes, docks, storage, rice. That orientation. One space out. And I think we're going to go... actually, I can't go any further by getting into that, can I? determine if I'm... I don't really want to build right up against that, do I? Probably not. Let's go ahead and do it over here. We'll get 2 into this side. So let's take a look at that again. Let's get docks out there. There you are. We'll take this all the way to the shore. And send this guy out there. Guess I do need to see that. Yep, I stopped just in time. Alright, so where is that last... Oh, you just can't see it. I think I have to go 1 more dock into that. Right there. We'll do that and take it out if we need to. Okay, so we have these guys here. Probably get 1 or 2 more of the rice farms in this area, and then maybe a rice wine still over here. Wine. I would imagine we've got an awful lot of wine building up. It's not something that I have been trading, is it? 1,500 wine. Wine would also be actually probably over here. Inventory. There you are. Wine. Let's put 500 of those over here. And let's go ahead and do it over here too. There may be a time when we really do have a major purchase and they haven't. Or maybe we run out of some of these bigger ticket items like the seedlings. It's nice to have just a little more to fall back on. Let's put wine all the way down here too. 500. Okay. Trade, you're done. No other traders. Okay. So we've got that happening over there. So I need to remind myself. We've got this area we're working on. Let's, I guess, go ahead and do this real quick. Alright, that's done. I'll leave those pinned. We have this area going in. So as we see more of that happening, I haven't seen any deaths due to just old age. Due to people starving or nomads had arrived. Whoa, I didn't see that. Are they still here? Nobody there. Boy, I get tunnel vision when I play this game. There you are. Here they are. 126. I'm going to pass this time. We've got 130 laborers and we're having trouble feeding them. I'm going to have to, and I've already stocked every mine almost to the max. So I'm going to deny this batch. I want to hand a map over to Night Ghost that is at least functional. So you guys are, if I, 500 laborers by the time it finally gets to him, the map's not going to be functional anymore. So we're going to have to put a limit on things. Word is getting out that there are jobs in George, and word has traveled further than the jobs are actually able to handle. So that's a no. But these are going in. This is going in. Was there a third major area that I'm thinking about up in here? Some more crop farms. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, needed to get this one prioritized. That would have helped out a lot. Although I see they're just dropping the goods right on the ground out here too. That's nice to see. They're not chopping it and taking it all the way in every single tree. So we're taking out all of our crops for the year. Alright. Let's get a little bit further into this. These guys are set. Let's see if we can do this by Braille. What do we got going on here? We've got, that's right, it was a dock and then 4, I want to say there are 8 reed farms out here. So we're going to need dock workshops in there as well. Probably along the shore. And then we're going to need housing. That's right, the housing is where I was stopping to rethink things. Could go a little bit further and then L over and put together a little, well, basically all the town services out here and some houses out in this area, which should get us out of the range of all of the angry redness around here. So we fill this area with another little community. Only 5 people without houses right now. Good. So it's happening. They're moving in. Yep, it'll be fine. Okay then. In that case, I want to extend the back to the end. Logs are low. Yep. Want to extend the dock out and you know, use more logs. There, that guy there. So what have we got? I'm going to extend you out. And one more time. Then we're going to turn. I think that'll leave us enough room. We have kind of a big dock highway out here. 6 logs each. So that is a fair chunk of logs. And we'll end in a market. This guy. At the end or at the middle? Actually, at the beginning. He could have become part of the dock, huh? Actually, he could have. Can I get rid of those early? Which ones? Well, I wish I could see that now. Let's rethink the whole thing. Let's do that differently. Let's come out with 1 set of docks. Well, that's not it. Grab the other button. There. There and there. Now we will mark it like that. Now let's find the docks. Line you up with right there. Okay. And we'll take off out there, which I believe was centered, right? Yep, I think he's centered. That'll be... Well, that's too bad. It's only space for 1 dock run out there. How do we do that? Let's let that build. I want to come back to that when I can see it. Although I can put in the dock workshops right now. So let's do that. Those are here and there. And they also are docks. Okay. Dock storage should probably be first. Now he feeds like that. Okay, then dock workshops first. And they will be the pathway to the storage. So, reminding myself here, those are... It's so deceiving. Okay, that space right there is another of the reeds. So I think that is the place we want to be attached to. White line. I can't tell. We'll go for this one then. There, there, and doing this by braille is tough because I gotta get these doors to line up. I'm gonna leave 1 space in between, and we'll set a dock in between. Died of starvation, so somebody got stuck out somewhere. First one, I think. Which is pretty good considering all that I've assigned them to do out from the distance. So if we go in with a 2, centered with storage, which is 6 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. I think that goes there. Alright, we'll let that build and see what we got. So, I've not been pinning all of my jobs off to the sides. Any question marks out there? Besides these people, there's 20 of them. The mine went down. Okay, coal. Redo. That's a priority now. Gotta get that one done. We have somebody starving. Oh, come on, guys. Build me a bridge. Oh, that is so frustrating. They can get out here, but they cannot go back. Okay. We need a backup pathway that they will build. Let's put another bridge in. We did put one in over here, right? Alright. Talked about it, but didn't think it was that... Well, I remember putting a drawbridge in somewhere, though. Wait a minute. Clicking like crazy. Nothing. Alright. Let's bridge in from here to here. And let's try to prioritize this one. That's one way to thin down your population a little bit. Trading post. You have got... We'll skip the beeswax. No, I'm not seeing anything. Dismiss you. But that salt, every time I see it, it reminds me of the... Logs are low. Of the sugar that I had set out to build clear back in episode 42 and didn't. And it's because of the maple trees, which I'm not seeing anymore. Maple, there you are. Maple trees over here. Oh, and I didn't put that end cap back on. That's right. I also wanted to get rid of that and go back to this, which I thought I had built. Starvation, miner. Yeah, there's going to be a few of those, unfortunately. So, let's just get the end cap on for now. I'm kind of all over the place this episode. End cap. This one? Nope. This one. Right there. And F. And this one does not have dormers. Okay. So there's that. Where do we put sugar processing? Probably need houses right there. That's right. Vaypah kind of agreed we'll get rid of this one. I think so too. There's not much in there. It will definitely fit into these. Let's do that. You goes away. And sugar goes right here, and more houses go over there. And there's going to be a few starvations for a while, unfortunately, till those bridges get built. But we've got, well, 60 builders. Let's get this bridge marked as well. Where'd I go? There's going to be another one dying here real soon. There's the bridge. Let's get that where I can see it. 2 people and 2 people. So there's people assigned to both of them. Just a matter of getting them there. And you are just kind of wandering like you're in a daze. Huh. What was I doing? Sugar. 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 There you are. Now what does sugar look like? Food. Secondary. Something like this. Sugar house. Okay. Good size. Facing storage, where the maple is going to be stored. Maple sap. Right there. Yeah, we'll just toss it up in there. Alright, so how are we doing here? We got him employed. We're starting to build rice paddies. Just seeing... Oh, we're rebuilding these houses. That's right, I was thinking, I'm seeing gaps here. Why am I seeing gaps here? That's because we're still building up housing for all these folks. Okay. Same thing over there. There's a lot of jobs queued up. Okay. So, all this is going on. I think it's safe to say I'm going to hang on to this map for one more episode. This is the end of the river. I'm not used to seeing these guys out over here. We could put a trader of some kind in this area. Whoa, I hadn't thought about that. We're making gold gilder now, aren't we? No, we're not. Well, we are kind of with the melting houses. You making gold gilder and have made 70 a year. Silver Phoenix making 180 a year. I think we set up a smuggler over here. That might be kind of neat. What choices do we have? Trader. That's the bootlegger. Takes silver. Smuggler takes gold. Native trader, chartered company. I think I will wait for Night Ghost to do that if he chooses to. That sounds like more of a Martha decision. But this would be a great little hidden cove or something, you know, not on the up and up to be snuck in. But I'll wait on that. All right. In fact, I think I'll wait on the rest. This looks like a good place to call this one done. We're kind of just waiting for the stuff to build. Maybe I will wait out the winter in between episodes and get caught up on a little bit of this before I start up again so that things can be building almost as quickly as I lay them out for you guys. So let's call this one done. This has been Noble Rambler. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, please hit the like and subscribe and all the other, you know, YouTube-y kind of things. And I'm going to hang on to this one for one more episode at least until I hear back from Night Ghost to see how he's doing. But otherwise, do check out the other two channels that are part of this series, Night Ghost 49 and Vaypah Gaming. And I will catch you next time. Bye-bye, folks.